Hi, this is Kara. Welcome to Breaking Free Fridays, or welcome back if you've been following this series. It's really great to have you here. And before I kick off this video, I just wanted to express just extra gratitude for this community. You're amazing, and I'm so grateful that you are on this journey of inner work with me. So just celebrating and honoring you for that. Today's video, I just felt really inspired to talk about the truth that no one tells you. And the reason this came up, we're in that last several weeks of the year, and oftentimes this brings up a lot of self-reflection. It also brings up a lot of additional overwhelm and stressors, different family dynamics and triggers that come during holiday times, and just that year-end push as we close out another year and come to those final weeks. And one of the things that often happens for people is, especially, those of us that have been, doing inner work for a while and are, really exploring, different tools and ways of operating this world differently, of living more consciously, of being more aware, of wanting to break patterns that don't serve us anymore. And we can find a level of frustration that comes up, and wondering, why are there so many challenges still? Or, why is this coming up again? I thought I already resolved this. Sometimes it can bring up things like, a wondering around, is it worth it to do, all of these things to grow and change? Are the tools even working? Like, what's going on? And first of all, the truth about that I just want to really lay out there is that it is so common for people to experience that on growth journeys. When you're on those paths of really exploring and reclaiming yourself and finding ways of living more consciously. Because remember, you're learning new skills and you're adapting that into your life, and how that actually feeds into all the different areas of life, your relationships, your interactions, the way you experience life, the meaning that you give your experiences of life. And, if you think about anything that we learn anew, even, an analogy that's so helpful to think about is, when kids are first learning, things like crawling and walking, they don't give up. They keep working those muscles. They keep trying. They get up and they might fall, or they're wobbly, and so there is that messy middle that is absolutely normal to happen. And also, one of the things that we don't talk about that often in our society, but it is so true. Part of the human experience is to actually experience a wide spectrum of what it is to be human, what it is to be on this journey in this life. And that means things like pain and challenge and difficulty, as much as it means, opportunities for growth and joy and incredible adventure and experience and anything and everything in between. So it's not that we're trying to really prevent challenge, because that's where we grow. There's always gift in that. It's that we're working towards a place where we have such alignment and centering that our relationship with our experience of that becomes something different. And even if we slip back, we do, even if that's happening, it happens faster. We don't spiral out as deep or as long. So there's always this continual, progression. The more we stick with persistent new tools that really work and resonate, over time, you might find that some of the combinations of those shift. You might let go of certain things, add new things in. But one of the other things, just to shed light on this aspect of, really what it means to be in these journeys of empowerment and breaking free. One of the other pieces that's so important has to do with we might be thinking that we're doing everything right, and because of that expectation, when something happens that seems like another shoe is dropping, we can just be hard on ourselves. And the reality is there's an opportunity to remember something about the way that our mind works. So, on the conscious mind, that's where, we've got all of our current levels of awareness and things that are happening in this moment that we're operating on. That's only about 5%. The subconscious mind, that represents more like 95%. And, that's the stuff, if you think of an analogy of a computer, for example, everything that's happening on the screen, the things that we're typing, all of that's like the conscious mind. And then the subconscious mind would be more like that deeper operating system, the stuff that's happening behind the scenes that we aren't immediately aware of or connected to. We can draw awareness from it, but that's some of the opportunities where there's work to be had, in our empowerment journeys. When you think about it, that's like the tip of an iceberg, and then there's everything below the ocean that is massive. That's a visual that might be helpful, just thinking about conscious mind versus subconscious mind. So when we are doing all of these things that we think, I'm doing everything right, what is going on? Why is this happening? Or, you feel like things aren't shifting. Again, one of the important things to remember is that even though some of those tools, they're operating on the conscious mind level, not necessarily on the subconscious piece of what's happening. So think about an affirmation, for example, and you might say that I am incredibly abundant and blessed in all ways in life. And you may feel like you are truly embracing that and embodying that. And there may be something in your subconscious mind that's operating at a deeper belief system that says life is full of scarcity. And there's like this conflict that's happening. And so it's through that disconnection that things like triggers come up to help us know, like, what it's almost like this language that comes forward through the reflection that we get in interactions with other people or circumstances, and we're able to see something inside of us that we didn't recognize before, or even symptoms and things that we might experience from a physical standpoint, ailments or symptoms or things like that. They can also be huge indicators of things that are happening at a deeper level. Clearing blockages energetically, that's another incredibly powerful way to kind of release some of that stuff that's pent up at a deeper level. There's definitely ways to go about this and to find that deeper integration. And that's where, things start becoming more of an ease and flow, and you feel more grounded in your tools. So one of the biggest takeaways I would love for you to have is just keep up with your work. Just stick with it. Stay the course. The persistence pays off. And oftentimes, even when you're like just at your wit's end thinking this is just not worth it anymore, that there's a breakthrough just around the corner, and just keep going. It's that sustained practice that makes such a difference, and really building more and more of that connection with your intuition, and having the right resources in your corner can make all the difference too. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you've been experiencing. Share in the comments. And this is the kind of deep work that I am super passionate about with people, and really going into those places that invite that opportunity for deeper integration, and really connecting those dots at a place that's more in the root of things, so that things really align and center, and it just can make such a difference in experiencing life and navigating things. So anyway, if you're enjoying these videos, please share them with friends and family, with loved ones. Send a like, subscribe. And if you're interested in doing deeper work, I am opening up some spaces for a limited number of additional clients at this time of year. And I have some special offers and different insights and tools and things like that I share in my email list that's unique to that community. There's a link that you can join to sign up for that's in the description. And I hope to see you there. Here's to your next level of empowerment and breaking free. Have a great week. Bye for now.